Now find Ujjayi breath, yogis. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, long and slow. Beginning to control the breath rhythm meaningfully by controlling how the diaphragm pulls down, expanding like a balloon, and controlling how the diaphragm contracts or compresses upward, expelling air. We'll take 5 to 7 more rounds of breath here. Begin to allow your mind to focus on the breath. Last mindful breath. Blink your eyes open. Let's transition to our backs, yogis. Laying on the back, your knees can be up toward the sky, feet on the floor. Constructive rest position, let your hips, ribs, and head be heavy, and breathe. As you exhale, you could imagine the body sinking downward as if you were in a memory foam mattress. And we'll begin with some movement, initiating with the hips, shoulder bridge. Pressing into the feet, inhale, reach your knees forward, the hips lift. Exhale, lower at the pace of your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Continuing at this movement at the pace of your breath. Your toes and knees are reaching forward. Your heels are reaching back and your shoulders are pressing down. 2 more. Pause there for a moment and let your hips become heavy once again. Hug your right knee into your chest. After your exhale, exchange legs. Left knee in, right leg long. Change legs once again. Circle your ankle a few times, drawing a big ankle circle. And reverse that circle. Exchange legs on your exhale. Back to your first side, ankle circles. And reverse. Inhale and exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders so you're curling up over your upper abs. You can float the right foot off. We're going to alternate. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, long, slow exhales. 2 more. Last one. Hug both knees, release your head, neck, and shoulders. Left foot comes to the floor, right leg up toward the sky. Just a little pre-stretch for the hamstring. Bend and straighten the knee a few times. Then extend the leg. Your heel is reaching up toward the sky very actively, but the hip is connected to the floor. You've created a lever. Now draw that lever toward your face very gently. We're just waking up the hamstring and back of the leg. Really flexing your foot intensifies the experience through the back of the knee. One more inhale. As you release, cross your right ankle over the left, allowing the right knee to move out to the side. Fold your left knee in toward the chest. Another breath in. And a breath out. Release the foot. Exchange legs. Right foot on the floor, left foot up toward the sky. Bend and straighten the knee a few times. Then flex the foot firmly so there's energy moving up the leg, but draw the hip down into socket so there's also a connection to the floor. And that creates the lever that you move toward your face very gently. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the leg, cross ankle over knee, and bring your right knee in toward your chest. Gently release your right foot. Uncross leg and hug both knees. Move your femurs a little bit in circles. Or alternate, one forward, one back. Or just in and out like pages of a book. From here we'll do double leg stretch. Inhale and exhale. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up so you're looking at the navel. A lot of gathered energy in toward the navel. From the navel, you extend out. Inhale. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Reach. Round. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And you can make this transition into a rock, or you can roll to your right side. Pressing up to a seated position will come to tabletop. Tabletop yogis, like we warmed up our ankles, let's warm up our wrist. Turn your hands backwards so the wrists are forward. And here you can move your hips forward and back, stretching the front of the forearms. Then move your thumbs forward, fingers out toward the side. And we'll do a circle with our chest, shifting weight from one wrist to the other. From the pinky toe edge of the wrist to the blade edge. And reverse your circle. And return to neutral. I'm going to show facing you so you have a little better vantage point. Widen your arms, wider than your mat, so your hands are off the mat. You might even widen your knees. You might need to walk your knees side to side as we do this. Shift your weight to the right. Your hand can rotate, touch the shoulder to the floor, and lead with the shoulder back up, coming back to something like table, and we'll go to the other side. The shoulder touches the floor, and come back up. Shoulder to the floor, back up, shoulders to the floor, and you're breathing as you move side to side, waking up through the chest, allowing the shoulder or the humerus, the upper arm bone, to rotate and rotate. Last one on each side. Now after a little shoulder opening, let's come into cat and cow. Inhale, extend your tail and crown. Exhale, dome. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue at your own rhythm. Extending on an inhale. Flexing on an exhale. Last cycle, one more inhale, and one more exhale. Return to neutral. Modified version of side plank. Turn the left foot out, extend the right leg, and so as you extend the leg, you're coming to the side of the room, or to the side of your space. Hips and shoulder facing the same direction. Your arm circles toward the hip and up. You find this line of energy from the bottom hand to the top hand, and then you bring the hand back down, so the arm and hip are doing the same thing. Turn your opposite side, right toes out, extend the left leg, and as you extend the leg, you're opening the hip. And you follow that with the shoulder. The shoulder opens in the same way, palm facing the same direction as your chest and hips, and then you reverse the arm to bring it back. Now let's coordinate the arm and leg together. So as the right leg extends, you immediately initiate the arm to lift, kind of like a clock, and exhale. As the shoulder's closing, so is the hip. Try to move arm and leg in tandem. As the left leg extends, so does the arm. And close. And if you haven't already, integrate your breath. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. The next one, if you'd like to take the arm overhead, you're welcome to. Last one. And close. So we did same arm and leg movement there, right and left. Now let's do opposite arm and leg movement. Extend the right leg, pause for a moment. You can flex or point the ankle. Engage your low abs. You'll notice I'm a little drooped there, so I draw my belly button up, so there's lots of support through my low back. Extend the opposite arm forward. And breathe here. Just feel this cross-lateral, so one side and the opposite side, extension. Another breath in. Exhale, replace arm and leg. Second side, lift left leg, pause, flex and point. Double check that your abs are still supporting the spine. There's length and energy. Then extend right arm forward. As you breathe, you're creating a dynamic energy from your navel reaching outward in either direction. One more breath in. Exhale, replace arm and leg. Now we'll alternate. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, slowly close. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, slowly close. Inhale, extend. Exhale, replace. Second time, inhale, extend. And exhale, replace. Now let's take it into a twist for the upper body. Right arm to temple. Still square to the floor for a moment, then inhale, open the rib cage. Your standing arm is strong. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time, opening, option to extend the arm. Thread the needle. Ear and shoulder come to the floor. Options, you can extend the opposite hand forward or wrap it behind your back. Breathe. After your next exhale, top hand returns to the floor. Inhale, bottom hand brings you back to tabletop. Equal weight on 4 limbs. Left hand to the temple. Your hips are very stable here. Inhale as you rotate open toward the side. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Last time, opening. Thread the needle. Option to extend arm forward or wrap behind the back. One more breath in. Top hand to the floor. Inhale, body back to tabletop. First, downward dog. Tuck your toes. Your hands are strong and spiraling. Lift your hips. Pedal through the feet. Waking up the toes and the soles of your feet. Shifting weight from one hip to the other. And breathing. Back to neutral. Walk your feet to your hands. Stand in a forward fold with a generous bend in the knees. Option to interlace elbows or let the arms drape. Breathe mindfully. Bend your knees, release your grip. Bring the hands to the thighs. That helps me engage the glutes. And slowly unfurl the spine. 2 or 3 breaths coming all the way up to standing. All right, yogis. Before we get into our first sun salutation, find your strap, belt, whatever tool is available to you. We'll do a little shoulder opening here. And I have a fairly short belt, but tight shoulders. So reach the ends of your belt and make a fist with your hands. Then all of this is very stable. Sometimes the ribs like to move forward. You're trying to resist that temptation. As the arms come up, just go to the top of your head, maybe a little bit behind, and then back down. There's tension between the hands, pulling on the strap or belt. At the top, you're still pulling apart, but also squeezing back. So there's a little squeeze to your upper back muscles, and then back down. You're following the breath. Inhale up. Squeeze at the top, exhale down. If it's available, you can take it all the way around. Inhale up. Beware the ribs, they like to pop out as you circle back, and just be very mindful of your range of motion. You can accomplish this without going back. You can just go from the hips to the head, a little bit behind to squeeze your upper traps, and back down. One more. The next time you bring your arms up, leave them there. And you're pulling apart with the arms, but sliding them down. Lean to the right. Inhale up. Lean to the left. Your hips are very stable. It's your spine moving. Lean to the right. And up. Lean to the left. And up. Now as we lean, rather than thinking going down with this hand, think of going up and over with your top hand. Reach, 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 reach over to the side and back up. Reach this top hand, now the one where my fingers are waving, up and over to the side. Reach, reach, reach over, keeping shoulders square, and back up. Hands down. Take one hand forward, and now you're in that same side bend you found a minute ago. Take it up and let your gaze follow. Take it to the other side, you're in that side bend and the arm comes forward and you're back to neutral. Let's go the other direction. Reach that arm across the body on a diagonal until you're in that side bend, bring it up. Take it to a side bend on the other side, arm comes forward and the spine returns to neutral. One more time in that circle, slowly. Reach across on a diagonal, bring it up. Down laterally and diagonally to neutral. One more time, second side. Diagonal up. Lateral movement side to side. Diagonal down. And back to neutral. Now, I need a little space behind me. Think of it more as a swing. And you can even take it, if I show it to the side, into a little bit of an extension. One more time each side. And let's set the strap aside. We'll come back to that towards the end of class. Do a little shoulder circle. Just notice if there's a little more mobility in the shoulders or even upper back. Sun salutation A, top of the mat. I think I'll face this way today. Build your foundation. Energy of the legs hug in. Shoulders widen. Spine lengthens. I like this thing better. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Knees can bend on your way down. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands and step back to your first plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pause for a moment, establishing the line of energy. Your spine parallel to the sky. Optional knees. And chest to the floor as you exhale. Mini Cobra, it's our first time through. And release. Back up to table or plank. Downward dog. 3 breaths. When you finish your third exhale, step or hop your feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Little bend to the knees. Strong glutes as you rise to standing. And hands to the heart. Round 2. I need a little more space. Arms up. Exhale, dive. Half lift. Step or hop to plank, yogi's choice. And if you didn't already lower on the jump or the hop, lower down as you exhale. Cobra on your inhale. Downward dog. 3 breaths. Put a little micro bend in your knees. Reach your heels down to the floor. Tip your pelvis up, so the bottom of your hips are reaching up as the heels are reaching down, and that action extends the knee. You don't push the knees back. You soften the knees to create space in the joint. Reach heels down, reach hips up, and that pulls the knees towards straight. Last breath in. And breath out. Step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Drop tail all the way up to standing. Tadasana. Take a restorative breath before our last round. Inhale. Exhale, dive. half lift. Vinyasa, high plank, low plank, all on the same exhale. Cobra. Downward dog. Breathe. Last breath in. Step or hop, feet to hands. Half lift. Release. Standing. Inhale. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll use Sun Salutation B as our transition in and out of a warrior sequence. Starting in chair. Start with inhale. Exhale, crease in the hips to move your hips low. As you're ready, sweep the arms up. Try to move the heads of your femur back in space. Move your rib cage up and back. Toes are reaching forward, knees are reaching forward, but the knees aren't going past your toes. Last breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Take a vinyasa. Inhale and exhale, high to low plank. Cobra when you're ready. Meeting in down dog. The right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, and step the foot through. Spin the back heel down and windmill your arms up to warrior two. So in warrior two, and I'll turn around so I can demonstrate to the front. The front leg is rotating clockwise. The back leg is also rotating clockwise. So they're both moving in the same direction. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach your right hand up toward the sky. Option to wrap the back hand. You're bending the spine to the side while keeping the hips low. Another inhale. And exhale to your side angle, reaching down to the ankle, up toward the sky with opposite hand. You can be inside the leg if that's more accessible, or outside if it's available. Another breath in, and a breath out. Look down for stability. Follow your right hand up toward the sky with an inhale. Cartwheel to the floor. Pause in your runner's lunge. We'll stay here on the ball of the back foot. Knee still at 90 degrees so that knee isn't jutting forward. And your hips are stable and strong. Breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate to your right. So here you can see this back hip. It doesn't come along for the right. It stays lifted, resisting the twist. So you get more through the rib cage and the low back. Inhale and exhale. Right hand comes down. Now I have a very odd transition, or a different transition than I normally teach. You're going to go from this lunge up to standing on the front leg. So you're right here, standing on the right leg. Push down to step up. The left knee lifts. As you do so, the opposite arm, the right leg lifts. So you end up like this. Breathe in. And breathe out. We do a twist from here. Ooh, breathe in, hips stay square, exhale, chest rotates. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to center, and we soften down to a lunge. Now you can take this and balance on your way down, or you can touch the foot as soon as you want. Then we go vinyasa, high to low, Or plank dog. You can skip the vinyasa and just go into downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. And turn back around for the second side. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Last time, reach back. And exhale, step it through. Spin the back heel down and windmill your arms up. Then, in these the opening moments of Virabhadrasana, check in with your legs. Front hip, counterclockwise. Back hip, counterclockwise. And it's your feet on the floor that helps you increase that rotation in the pelvis. Then add your arms as you're ready. Another breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Your spine is side bending, just like when we had our belt. One more inhale, exhale back to a warrior two arm. Left arm reaches towards ankle as the right arm goes up towards sky. Look down for stability. Inhale the left arm up one more time and cartwheel to the floor. Finding the ball of your back foot and a long runner's lunge. Now here, check in with the pelvis. Squeeze the hips together, then rotate. By squeezing first, it'll avoid that hip dipping down that it likes to do. Another inhale, and an exhale, bring your hand down. And we're preparing to stand up on our left leg. Your back knee swings forward, and the opposite arm, your left arm, comes up. So we end up with the same arm and leg extended. Breathe in and breathe out. Place left hand on right knee. Inhale, you're stable through the pelvis. Exhale, you rotate. Last breath in. Return to center. Drop the femur and you can slowly lower your whole torso, or you can come to a lunge and then adjust. We go high plank, low plank, cobra, downward dog. Breathe. Prepare to travel your feet to your hands, either stepping or jumping. Half lift on your inhale. Exhale, lower. Return to chair. Hips low, torso comes up. And stand up. Tadasana. We'll do that sequence one more time now that we have familiarity. Leaving out anything you don't want. Adding in anything you would. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. Add your arms. We still have 3 breaths here. Every breath deepening. And that might not mean going further into the pose, but just intensifying or increasing the value of the pose. One more breath. And exhale, fold. Half lift as you inhale. And vinyasa. Downward dog. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose. 2 more. Last one. Extend one more time. And step it through. Warrior 2. Inhale up. Exhale when you arrive. Right hand to sky. Right hand to ankle. Breathe into this shape. And change. One more time to the sky. Inhale. Cartwheel to floor. Pause in your runner's lunge. Inhale, twist right. We stay here for a moment. Another breath in. And prepare to stand up. Lower the hand down and inhale. The hand sweeps up with the knee. Right hand finds the knee. Breathe in to stabilize pelvis. And breathe out to rotate. Another inhale. Unwind. And inhale, plank. Through your vinyasa or just to downward dog. Left leg, inhale. Knee to nose. 2 more yogis. Last one. And extend. Step it through. Back heel down, warrior 2, inhale. Exhale when you arrive. Left arm to sky. Back to warrior 2. Side angle. Stay in the pose. One more time, reach up to the sky. Cartwheel to floor, stabilize the pelvis. Twist left, inhale. Exhale, stay. You get an extra inhale here. And left hand down. Prepare your strong left leg, swing up. Left hand to the knee. Breathe in. And breathe out, rotate. Exhale, return. And vinyasa or plank dog. Meeting in downward dog, take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Pigeon. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, and rotate the knee outward. So you're turning that hip out, stacking one hip on the other. And you can stay right here or flip your dog. Letting the foot come to the floor, your hips can soften for a moment, and then re-engage hips. You can reach up toward the sky or catch the back of your head. Another inhale. And exhale, swing it through. Right foot comes into pigeon. If you happen to have a block sitting next to your wall right here, you can slide it under your pelvis. If not, go ahead and recline your torso, and you can put a fist under your hip, and that achieves what a block does. Keep breathing mindfully, yogis. I can't hear you. I can just hear the quiet murmur of a sewing machine in the other room sewing masks for our healthcare workers. Inhale your body up. Transition back to downward dog. This could include a vinyasa sequence. Push up, high plank, low plank. A little cobra. Or up dog and meet me in downward dog. Let's flip our dog before pigeon on the left. Lift left leg, bend the knee. And then your right leg stays strong and stable as you open up the knee. And keep that opening until you teeter-totter over. Then you can soften in the hips. You don't have to go immediately there. I like to reorganize to really extend. And gently return, coming to pigeon. Left foot forward. Bolstering if it's available, or just enjoy a breath then lay your torso down. You can use the fist under your hip if it's available or needed. Keep the breath flowing. On your next inhale, bring your torso up. One more transition through Vinyasa and into downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to do just a little more of sort of yang work, the fiery work, before we take it into the restorative section. Come into high plank. We're going to do side plank. You're welcome to do the version we did on the knees, where you open up one leg and extend. You can even float the leg off. We're going to begin on our left hand. Doesn't matter, we'll do both sides each time once. So left hand down, feet are extended, and pivot. Now I normally teach side plank with the legs stacked, but I tried it today in another class with my legs crossed, just like they were in plank. You're still in side plank while I'm talking. Squeeze your inner thighs. With the legs crossed like this, I really found that inner thigh squeeze that helped me find the central line of energy through the body. One more breath in, and back to your plank. Let's do that on the other side. From feet hips width apart, you can just pivot to the blade edge of your foot, then squeeze inner thighs as you extend the body to a side plank. The inner thigh squeeze creates this line of energy through the spine, through the midline, the Sushumna. Another breath in, and exhale, hand to the floor. Two ways of transitioning, yogis. You can step or jump your feet through. We're coming to a seated position. If you're jumping, cross your legs. Ooh, and I just barely have enough space. We'll find a seated position. And that is all sort of askew. I need to do a little squaring. Soles of the feet together. Sit up tall. They don't have to be terribly close. You can have some space between the heels and your pelvis. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. You're welcome to bow the upper body. Or as I do, I prefer to keep my spine long, prioritizing the stretch through the hips and the SI joint. Inhale your body up. Left foot under, right foot over. You can be in front of the shin or over the knee. Sit up tall. Rotate toward the top leg. Minimal pulling with the arm. Maximum just movement using the back muscles to move the spine into rotation. As you exhale, gently unwind. We'll do yoga magic to get to the other side, or you can just switch your legs. Yoga magic, reach to the open side, not the top leg, the opposite side. Drop your head, the feet stay where they are. As you spiral and come around and you're on the other side. So now the right foot is under, left foot is over. Sit up tall and rotate toward your top knee. Last breath in. and gently unwind. We're coming onto our back, and as you do so, grab your strap once again. So we'll need the strap once we get onto the back. However, we're doing a little bit of boat pose before we get onto our backs. Navasana. If you have your strap already, sit up tall so your low back is long. Now keep that length through your spine. Abdomen engaged. As you hinge back, you float your feet off. And at some point, the low abs have to kick in to get your feet going. Now here you might have started to round your low back. If you need to reset, keep this long, keep this stable. It's hard for me to talk and do that as you teeter back. Now here you can be in your boat, lifting your chest up toward your thighs. You can extend it to something more like teaser. You can make it even more difficult by lengthening that lever. Woo. One more breath in, I just lost my abs, and exhale, release, come all the way to the floor. They said no thank you anymore. Find your strap. Loop the strap around the sole of your right foot. So we've done this before, we're just doing it now with the aid of a strap. As you hold onto the strap, sometimes the shoulder likes to come off. Keep the shoulder on the floor and the back of the hip on the floor. You've created a line by kicking the heel up and drawing the femur head down. Take that lever toward your face. And this time, if you choose, you can extend that opposite leg. You can even place a hand on the left leg. Take the straps into your left hand. Take your right thumb to your hip crease. Keep the hip on the floor, don't let it come off. Keep the hip down as you draw the femur across the body. Bending or keeping the legs straight, maybe sickling the foot, can intensify this experience. On your next inhale, bring the leg back up to vertical. I'm adjusting my position so you can see a little better. Take the straps back into your right hand. Bring the left knee up into your left hand. So right foot is in the strap in your right hand, left knee is in your left. And you open. One leg is straight, one leg is bent. This prioritizes a stretch through the inner thigh of your right leg. Another breath in, and a breath out. Reconnect your femurs, and release the strap. Second side. Loop the strap around your left leg. Flex the foot firmly. Double check your shoulder isn't reaching out of socket, it's just lightly resting on the floor. Breathe in and breathe out, draw the leg toward your face. Option to extend the right leg. Take the strap in your right hand, left thumb to your hip crease. Keep the pelvis on the floor as the femur moves across the midline. Return. And once again, I'll readjust for a different vantage point. As you bring the straps back into your left hand, right hand goes to the right knee. Now you can picture this movement happening deep in the pelvis. You're also kicking into your strap hand, and that intensifies the inner thigh experience. Last time, closed like a book. Unloop the strap. Cross one leg over the other, just above the knee. Reach for the feet, outside edges of your feet. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. For a little brain mapping, kick into your left foot. Kick into your right foot. Left again. Right again. Breathe. Notice which knee is on top. Gently release your hands and change. Find the blade edges of your feet. Squeeze the inner thighs. Kick into your right foot. Left foot. Right foot. Left foot. Both feet. And release, double knee hug. Happy baby. You can keep the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana or open up to Anandasana, happy baby. Now, yogis, we'll finish with a light inversion. If you're in your own home, you might have access to a wall where you can do legs up a wall. You scoot your pelvis toward the wall, lay down on one side and swing your legs up. That's one version. If you were using the wall and found that you had blocks sitting by the wall magically, you can use those blocks to elevate the hips a little bit more. And this could be done at the wall or on your mat. And I know many of the yogis who have tuned in tonight have shoulder stand, headstand, or maybe even trying handstands in their practice. If you are doing shoulder stand, be very gentle going on to your shoulders, and only do that if you've done it guided with a yoga instructor in class. So the weight, if you're doing shoulder stand, is across the shoulder blades, not on the neck. Your hips are over the shoulders, so there's lots of flexion in your spine. And maybe you take one leg up at a time. Maybe they both go up. Toes to the glutes, then toes to the sky. Whatever your inversion you were just doing, take another breath. And prepare to exit. Do it very gently, bringing the feet to the floor, then the hips, keeping your head on the floor. And we'll do Matsyendrasana. Many variations for fish pose. You can extend the legs long. You can take the backs of your hands under your pelvis. You could open up your knees. You could bend your elbows and have a rock'em sock'em robot arms. Those are all variations you can choose. As you go into the pose, I'm going to take the variation where I'm sitting on my wrists. You use your elbows and bend your elbows backward to burst your spine upward toward the sky. Deep extension through the rib cage. It's hard to talk in fish pose. Another variation, if you choose, if you're in it, is to extend the arms or legs. Tuck your chin and gently release. One final happy baby, or if there's another posture your body is craving before Shavasana, now is your opportunity. These next 2 minutes are yours, yogis. That's about 5 to 10 breaths. You're welcome to make your way towards Shavasana. You can do a supine twist. Whatever posture you may be doing, you're absolutely thinking about the breath. Wrapping up the pose that you're working on, and if you had your second side to do, you're welcome to do your second side. Take 5 breaths on that side, or make your way into Shavasana. I'll close with a mantra, and if you'd like,